Good day and welcome to another edition of an action-packed sport rap show. I am your host Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, updating you on the latest sports news. In today's show, we will look at a meeting held between the Normalisation Committee and two football leagues. We also dive into the big focus on the rugby horse racing set for the weekend. Enjoy. And now for your latest on the hit list. The FIFA Normalisation Committee on Tuesday met representatives from the Namibia Premier League and the Namibia Premier Football League to deliberate on what both leagues can offer. The NC Committee Chairperson BC Oirop says the committee will have to decide on the future of league football based on the propositions the two leagues made on Tuesday. Sources confirmed that the NPL met the NC with club representatives and shared their propositions on how to start the league and which sponsors are on the table. The NPFL also outlined its plan during the lengthy discussions. The two parties both refused to disclose any further information. Europe, who refused to leak any details of the separate meetings, revealed that they had good meetings with both NPL and NFPL. I'm currently in a meeting, but what I can tell you is that we met both the NPL and NPFL and we had good meetings. We will have to decide on the future, but I will not be able to tell you when the decisions will be made, Oirop said. Coastal contenders Kudu Rugby Club has been enjoying quite a good run with 4 wins from as many games played in this year's Namibia Rugby Union Premier League season. The FNB Kudu's first team is currently second in the Premier League with 19 points. FNB Wanderers is setting the pace with 22 points. Both teams are still undefeated, so anything can happen when they cross paths at the Wanderers Field in Pioneers Park this Saturday. Well, Namibia Media Holdings and TV will broadcast this one live. Kudu's head coach Geldenhuys says he keeps his squad focused on strengthening their game plan and fitness level as they don't want to lose the momentum they have built up until their last competitive match on 7 May when they beat Rio Falcon. Jenna Gilchrist is youngest Namibian to qualify for the final of the annual International Equestrian Federation Jumping World Challenge set to take place, that is in Bulgaria in July. The competition, which started in 2001, allows show jumpers to compete on an international stage, international zone categories until the top 20 most flawless and fastest jumpers in the world are chosen for the finals. Namibia has had some riders participate in this event, but none as young as Gilchrist, who is just 15, a schoolgirl from Swakopmund. David's dam coach Bethel Karumendu says he is proud that the athlete reached the semi-finals at the African Championships in Mauritius. Dam will compete at around 1600 hours today for the semi-finals. Namibia's 400-meter sprinter Mahmad Bock has also advanced to the final after finishing second, while things for fellow Namibians Andre Retief and Ivan Geldenhuys looks bleak at the African Championships in Mauritius. This is what Karumendu had to say about his prodigy, that is David Dam.
Yeah, as we know, the African Athletics Championship is ongoing now in Mauritius, St. Louis. One of my athletes, David Dam, is part of Team Namibia there in Mauritius. And yesterday he progressed as a fastest loser to the semi-final. And today he's going to do the semi-final, which I'm very happy and proud of him that at least he reached up to the semi-final without any expectation. Before he left for Mauritius, we have a talk with him that he must go to the African Championship and enjoy himself and do his best. Because as we know, in the 800 meters, 1500 meters, those special events are dominated by the African athletes. Wherever you go, whether you go to the African Championship, whether you go to the Commonwealth Games, All Africa Games, the Olympic and World Championship and so on, those events are mostly dominated by the African athletes. So it will be a tough competition, but we talk without any expectation, without anything that he must come back with a medal. We did not have that agreement yet. It's too early. It is his first African championship. For him, he must go and get the exposure. He must go and get the pressure of the African athletes and feel the punch. So I'm very happy that today he will do the semi-final. If he progresses to the semi-final, to the final for tomorrow, then it's a bonus for us. If he does not, he will go back towards the end of this season. We will change his program to more speed endurance. But now we did not change anything since we went to South Africa, and so we only act one day as a third day of speed training. So in the new season, when the season starts in October, November, we have 4 days where he do his speed endurance and 3 days is easy running and endurance running. So I'm happy for his progress up to the semi-final today, after 4 o'clock today in Mauritius. And we wish him the best and good luck for the semi-final without any expectation. Without any expectation. He must go, enjoy the race, and he must do his best. That's all. We do not request any medal for him.
Well, good luck to David Dam and the rest of the athletes that are competing, that is at the Africa Championships currently happening in Mauritius. Now, a video of Beatrice Marcelini training has emerged after the athlete stated she has officially parted ways with coach Hank Botter. Marcelini, who is currently in South Africa, seems to be in great shape and happy while doing her strides. Enjoy the video. Well, that is very, very good and encouraging footage from Marcelini there. However, Christine Boma yesterday also released a statement that she will remain intact. That is with her coach Hank Botter, even though she will still also remain with the agent. Now, after the break, we go right into what we can expect this weekend. That is Zoom In. But first, let's go for a break. First of all, the MTC Winter Cup slated for Okashipara is gaining momentum with the confirmation of top horses that will be there. We have a recap of an interview we did with Namibia Horse Racing Association, Martinez Deville, just to keep you updated in terms of the big one that is taking place on Saturday. Remember, this is the Zoom In, and we have to remind you of what is taking place. Enjoy.
Yes, Mr. Devil, it is a big one, the Derby in Okashipara. Can you just tell us a bit about the event and what it will be about?
Yes, okay, this event will be our fourth MTC sponsored event. It will happen in Okonzatu, Okashipara Turf Club. So it will be one of our biggest events Normally this race attracts a lot of spectators, so we are expecting a lot of spectators at this upcoming event. Our total prize money will be like 200,000. It will be divided into 17 races for the day. Our maximum amount will be on the big race at the end of the day, and it will have a total of 30,000 Namibian dollars. So the competition will be tough because there's a lot of new horses imported from South Africa, and our normal procedures. The veterinary will be there checking the horses. Each horse will be checked. The medics will be there for our safety concern, and the infrastructure of the race track it's well maintained. So it will be really a good event, a big event.
Any horses and horse racing clubs that we are expecting? Remember that last time when we were in Rehoboth, horse racing clubs like the Aminus Horse Racing Club was not there. Do we expect them to be there this time around?
Yes, whenever it's a MTC sponsored event, all the clubs will attend because when we talk about bigger money, more money, so the guys are eager to attend and participate in such events.
So what are some of the horses that we can expect?
In the main race, I will call some names. On the main race, it will be Burundi. There's a new horse, Crystal Stream, Kaapstad, and Chief Black Horse. And then Fort Love is back on track again, and it will be and then Stalile, the horse Stalile will be there, and Visigoth will be there. So we are looking forward for the race because there's new blood, new competition. But my bet this year is on Fort Love.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
Quite a happy man there, that is Horse Racing Association President Martinez de Val. Now in the world of rugby, there is no one else who knows it better than Republican sports journalist Andrew Pullman. We had a chat with Pullman about Namibia's national team squad that is to face Kenya into the Gold Cup, as well as the weekend's rugby action. Sumin has more for you.
Well, Mr. Pullman, tell us about the squad and what you think are some of the major decisions that were made in terms of player selections and all that.
So one of the big factors at the moment is that I don't think the international window period has started yet, where clubs are obliged where they should be releasing their players for international duty. So the leagues in the USA and in France and in England, where some of our players are contracted, they are just reaching their semi-final stages and so on. So also in South Africa, the Currie Cup. So I think we have 8 or 9 of those players that are still busy there. I think it's thinking of Johan Tromp, who plays in Russia. There's Janko Venter, who plays for Saracens. They have a semi-final this coming weekend. Vian Conradi's team in the United States Major League. They are also in the semi-final coming up. There's Torsten van Jaarsveld in France. Aranos Coetzee, as well as Louis van der Westhuizen, who's with the Cheetahs. Johan Retief, I think, is with Griquas. So those guys will be joining later, so either in Stellenbosch as they maybe become available, or some of them will just join up with the team directly in France. So I think this you could see that this leaves us a bit short on time for just getting the together.
Getting them to gel.
So, and if we look at what Kenya and Zimbabwe have been doing, I mean, the teams have been together, traveling. Kenya just last weekend, they had a home match in Nairobi against the Leopards from South Africa, and they won that match 51 points to 35. So I mean, it's a bit of a wake up for us. We cannot even think of taking them lightly. We just have to we would really need our best team and also at their best really together in order to beat those guys.
Okay. Looking at this, we had a competition here against the Blue Bulls that we played. Definitely, I'm sure some of the players that were there could be selected. Are you confident in any?
There will definitely be some of those. We know the guys like, for instance, JC Greyling, Leslie Klum, those established guys. Prince Gausep had a very good game. I think somebody like Udrich Mouton is probably in the reckoning, whatever. There's a whole bunch of them. Among the squad that is going to Stellenbosch, all 5 of the prop forwards are local guys and none of the overseas players. So that's definitely an area where there's room for some of them to put up their hand and to really fill the boots that is there to be filled. I can also just mention Patrick Skikkerling. I think it's basically the angle of our story in the newspaper today. That was gonna be one of the. It was gonna be a very important player for Namibia, I think. But then he's been playing in England for Exeter Chiefs in the Premier League. Just made such progress this year that he was selected by Eddie Jones, the national coach of England, to their training squad. So it seems like he will not be playing for Namibia.
So if it was you, Pullman, would you choose England over Namibia, or what do you think was motivated his decision? Anyways.
Yeah, he replied to me later on. It wasn't in time to include his comments in the print, but he said he will always be a proud Namibian, but it just basically is a career decision. I think it's a I won't know what I would have done. I wouldn't leave Namibia easily, but I'm not in his position.
Any other additions you want to add in the world of rugby? We have big games this coming weekend in terms of the Premier League. What are your expectations?
Yeah, so we will be at the Wanderers match. I think it's probably the one that will be most watched this weekend. It's between the 2 unbeaten teams. Wanderers hasn't lost, Kudus hasn't lost. So Kudus will be travelling. Wanderers have had almost all of their matches so far just at home. So during the second round, they're gonna have a lot of travelling. Also, Kudus have lost 2 players to the national squad. So their captain Cameron Langenhoven, as well as the other flank Joshua Jacobs. Well, I think Wanderers has got 6 or 7 guys out that will be travelling to Stellenbosch with the national team. So so Wanderers still has to put their first and second team together. So it's
quite a challenge.
They still have it's a bit of a challenge for them. Maybe other injury problems or work commitments. There's always things going on. So we'll have to see what their team looks like.
Okay. Any other matches that are interesting that will attract the crowd probably?
I think UNAM is playing against Rehoboth, if I correctly. I don't have
the
fixtures now, but
those are big matches of the weekend anyways. Thank you so much, Pullman.
Cool.
Veteran sports journalist Andrew Pullman. Thank you for that one, Pullman. Brian Munango is on standby for Spotify after the break. Stay tuned.
You know, a few weeks ago, I would never do this on a Saturday morning. Back then, I was standing in line all day. Now it's just like that.
You are using the FNB banking app like I told you.
Girl, it saved my weekend. Now I can do all my banking on this.
Payments, transfers, checking statements.
Even opening accounts.
Just like that.
Oh, did I tell you what my husband did?
Even me, I want to save time with what's the name of the app?
FNB app.
Don't be left behind. Make the switch to the FNB app, online banking or cell phone banking, and change the way you bank to change your life. FNB, how can we help you?
Thank you very much, Jesse, and good day, viewers. My name is, of course, Brian Munango, and here on Spotify is where we focus on what the youth are busy with in sports. On that note, the Under-19 and the Demarine Joel Senior National Team scheduled to tour Malawi for the championship of the Confederation of Southern Africa Netball Association, COSANA, are set to travel tomorrow. We got a few words from the captain, Lloyd Canyolo, vice captain Elizabeth Bessa, and Megan Leroux, as they are isolating at the Vendu Gymnasium school. You guys should stay tuned for this interview.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Besser, Vice Captain of the Under-19 National Team. This is Lloyd Canyolo, our captain, and this is Megan Leroux, our goal shooter, our goal attacker.
Okay, as we are going to go into this tournament, we are very excited to be in this tournament. As thankful, we give all thanks to the Dev Marine for allowing us and Namibia for allowing us to partake in this tournament for the two nations.
One question, how did you guys prepare for the tournament, or how are you guys preparing for the tournament?
We have had this entire week to train as a team, to get to know each other, to mentally prepare, because this is also going to be the first time that two national teams are going to travel together for a tournament. We're traveling with the senior team, so yeah.
I think this is a great opportunity for us, because this is also our preparation for the end of the year, Region 5 taking place in Malawi as well. So if we just keep our focus, work hard and do our best, I think we can bring on great results.
So what are your expectations for the tournament?
We're going to bring back home the gold.
And against who are you guys playing?
Pardon?
Against who are you guys playing?
We're playing against Malawi and
Zimbabwe. It'll be the COSANA Tri-Nations against Zimbabwe and Malawi.
Well, that's all we have from you here at Spotify. With that, we move over to international news with Ari Ohad. Stay tuned.
Good day, everyone. Time for international sports news. Starting off with soccer news, it is still the UEFA Nations League that is group stages that's taking place. There's 55 teams, the best teams in Europe, the countries that's taking place in this. There will also be of the group stages played in September, and results from this week is that the Netherlands beat Wales. That was a good result for the Netherlands. That was an away game. The game was played in Cardiff, and it is the Netherlands that beat Wales by 2-1. Also a home win for Belgium, a big win for them. They beat Poland by 6-1. Ukraine played against the Republic of Ireland. That game was played in Ireland, and it was the home team that won by 1-0. And then also Scotland at home against Armenia, and they won by 2-0. So the group stages will continue. The matches will continue into the weekend. There's one big game that's going to be on Saturday, and that will be England that will play against Italy, and that game will be played in London. Moving on to tennis news, and against the Nottingham tournament that's taking place in London. That is the first tournament on grass again after the French Open at Roland Garros. That was on clay, and that is the players preparing for Wimbledon. That's going to start on the 27th of June later in this month. Results from the women's tournament, that is a Nottingham, that is number 1 seed. It is Maria Sakkari. She came through in the round of 32. She beat Camila Osorio of Colombia. That was by 6-2 and 6-3. The number 2 seed, unfortunately, is out of the tournament. That is the home player from England. That is Emma Raducanu. She's out with an injury. That was in the first round that she had to withdraw. Number 3 seed in the tournament is Camilla Giorgio of Italy. In the round of 32, she beat Sunay Kartal of Great Britain, and that was 6-4, 6-3. And she's busy, and she's in the round of 16. She's busy playing against Harriet Hart, and it was 1-all when the bad weather forced them off the court. Also, number 4 seed, Zheng Xiang she's from China. She beat Joanne Buraks, and she's from Great Britain. And the score there was 6-2 and 7-6. So that tournament continues into the weekend as well. And continuing on international sports news with cycling news, it is the World Tour that is taking place. That is the women's cycling, and that is in England that is taking place. And it was stage 3 that was in Gloucestershire. And the winner there, as with the second stage, also winning the third stage, is the Netherlands' Lorena Wiebes, and she won in a sprint to the finish line. In second place was Alex Manley, she's from Australia, and it was Corinne Lubeski of the USA that was in third position. The third stage, the winning time for Lorena Wiebes was 2 hours 51 minutes and 27 seconds. This win puts her now in the leading position after the third stage. There's going to be 6 stages in this tour, and she's the general classifications. It is Lorena Wiebes that is ahead on 8 hours 50 minutes and 27 seconds. Then 13 seconds behind her is Sofia Bortozzolo, she's from Italy, and then Alex Manley from Australia, also 13 seconds behind in third position on the general classifications. The fourth stage will be 144.7 kilometers, and that stage will be in Wales. South Africa's Ashley Moorman is also doing well. She's also in the cycling in this event, and she is at the moment in 9th position overall, just 18 seconds behind Lorena Wiebes. So hopefully Ashley Moorman of South Africa can do well in the fourth stage in Wales. And to conclude today's international sports news, some golf news. It is still the Live International Golf Tournament that's making news. That is a Saudi Arabian-backed tournament that's starting at the Centurion Golf Club in London this week, and organised by Greg Norman. Speculation or news from the Live Invitational Tournament is that there's a possibility of 3 very high-profile American golfers that can also join the Live Invitational Series by the next tournament that's going to be played in Oregon in the USA later in the month on the 30th of June. That tournament starts in Oregon in the USA. So the three players that's mentioned and not confirmed yet, but mentioned is Bryson DeChambeau. Also mentioned is Ricky Fowler and also Patrick Reed. So very high profile players on the PGA Tour. So the first tournament will start this week with 48 players playing for a winning purse of $4 million US. So that is the international sports news for now. Hope you have a great sporting day, and we talk again tomorrow. Goodbye.